basically, what would the generic person need to know to play Leona? Like, you're just a casual player, you just want to play Leona because she seems fun. Give them some tips on the best way to not suck.
Basically, playing Leona, you'd want to build her tank. You don't want to build her ability power. I've seen a lot of Leonas try to go ability power, and yes, it does good in certain situations. Yes, you can dominate really early, but when you hit late game, you're just really squishy. But tank Leona is a lot better. You can pretty much support your team, and that's what she is most of the time, support tank. I wouldn't really make her a main tank. There's so many other better characters to choose for that.
Yeah.
But you can combo off with her abilities in team battles and just change the tide of it, especially with other combinations like a Mumu or heck, even Galio.
Cool. Well, then I have a question for you. Is since she's obviously a tank, you would want to pair her up in a lane. What would be good pairings? Is there any overpowered pairings or not overpowered pairings? Somebody you want to avoid being in lane with?
Lux, Leona. Because Lux's passive is whenever she hits you with an ability, the next attack that's done on that target deals extra damage. Leona's passive, whenever an ability hits a target, the next allied champion's damage deals extra damage to that target.
So they get double damage increase.
So they'll get basically a double damage increase.
Wow.
Example would be she has her Q, Shield of the Daybreak. She would run in, hit you with a shield. Then Lux would stun you, proc Leona's passive, deal you damage, and then Leona hits you with another attack, proccing Lux's, and then putting hers back on. And it's just a back and forth fight.
Yeah, it's every next hit.
Lux's Lux's passive only procs on her own auto attacks.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you confused, Pojam?
No, I'm not confused actually, because it's all damage based on Lux, not Leona.
Oh yeah.
Leona and the lane can make Lux go pretty much superpower, and they stack. Both the abilities stack. They're passives.
Okay.
Basically, if you want to take a decent situation, if you're sitting alone and you get jumped by them both, you're basically taking 500 damage in passive only. Between both of them.
Interesting.
It hurts.
So then, what would somebody do against a Leona Lux? Avoid them?
Well, you just want to try and get out of the way of Lux's skills, which that isn't too hard.
Okay.
No, it's not hard to get away out of Lux's skills. Really, to shut it down would be basically make Leona stay back. Push her back as far as possible. Keep her with Lux.
Super aggressive to keep them.
Oh yeah, if you're laning against a Leona, you have to be super aggressive, and you have to watch out for her Zenith Blade, Shield of the Daybreak combo. Because if she hits you with that, you're pretty much going to get killed.
Cool. Alrighty. Well, on the stacking and stuff like that, what about the Annie with the double tibbers? Those kind of bugs. I've been hearing that you can, with maybe the right ping, or people have been trying to do it, but it hasn't been quite so successful. And you guys had any luck actually getting the Annie bug to work?
No, I haven't personally. I've tried. I don't know how they do it. Maybe they have fast computers.
With smart casting.
Well, of course. Well, it's smart casting, but it's really difficult to do it.
So
I've tried it a few times. I mean, I've tried quite a few games where I actually tried to do it. I guess there's actually programs out there that some people suggested using to actually slow your ping down, and that actually enables you to be able to do the double cast. Like I said, I've tried multiple games to try and replicate it. I haven't been able to, but I know that doesn't mean that. I mean, that doesn't mean anything. I have a really good internet connection. So I get 20 20 millisecond ping, so it's really hard for me to do something like that. Some other people suggested using some mouse programs that when you click on a mouse button, you can, set macros up to basically spam that button a bunch of times. Like I said, I know Riot is looking into it. They've said that they want to fix it. Mm-hmm. I just don't know how serious they are about it, since it's just one champion and not a lot of people still.
A lot of people can't do it, and they don't do it, kind of thing.
Right. I mean, it affects such a small amount of people right now that I don't think that they're really putting a lot of
effort into it.
I mean, there's a similar, just so you guys know, there's a similar issue with Lee Sin back in the day that basically made it so his AoE, the AoE that he has that hits the ground. Mm-hmm. If you spammed Q fast enough, it would actually hit twice. And this is the same. It's the same idea with this anti-bug.
It was what, Kumi?
It was E.
Is his E the one that hits the ground?
Yeah.
I've only played Lee Sin once, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's a Z.
Oh, okay.
Tempest. You used to be able to double and sometimes even triple proc that at once.
But they fixed that.
Yeah.
Oh.
So then, theoretically, they should be able to fix this. Theoretically.
Well, it would only be... Well, smart casting, Annie would only be good on people with high ping. Because like Vandal said, it's very, very difficult, especially on like my ping and his ping.
Yeah. I was actually going to bring up, with these people using the programs to help slow down their ping, I wonder if those are the same people that complain about their accounts disappearing or getting stolen.
Probably. Or banned.
Yeah, or banned. Suddenly they try to log in and they're like, your account has been suspended.
Riot does frown upon some third-party programs.
Yeah.
But not all of them.
But they do approve of, like, the replay.
Yes,
catcher.
they do approve of it. A lot of people actually on that topic right there with the League of Legends replay, you can actually get at lolreplay.com. Everyone on the forums was like, "Oh, Riot doesn't like this because they don't like third-party programs. It's not their own." But if you actually physically read some of the posts from the admins, they were taking it down because they wanted to make sure that it wasn't a malicious program that downloaded spyware, malware, whatever on your computer.
Interesting.
Sounds a lot like what got Liquid screwed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well then, I guess we'll move on to our last official topic for the day and maybe get in just some random crap at the end. But I wanted to discuss a little bit about the ESL finals. Did anybody watch those by chance? Maybe? No?
Nope.
No.
Did you?
I've caught up on a couple of them. Unfortunately, I've been watching so many League of Legends things lately, I'm getting them all, mushed up. Basically, to summarize it, third place game was Rock Solid versus Team Solo Mid. Game 1, let's see. First Blood was Nocturne. He got a gank on the bottom. The first Dragon was by Solo Mid. The first Baron was also by Solo Mid. And the first Tower was also by Solo Mid. So they got it bot tower and managed to win 19-8 over RS, which apparently is a pretty... what's the word? Upset. So, I guess RS is... Basically, from what I was told and have looked at, is that they lost the team fight. RS lost the team fights due to bad positioning, and they did not initiate well. For game number 2, let's see, TSM won 16-12 and managed to 2-0 RS, which is really good. First Blood was Tristana. TSM got both Dragon and Baron, and they like to focus down mid, so maybe if you go up against TS, you might want to check your mid tower, because apparently their solo midder is extremely good. That was for the third place game, so they managed to take third place. For the finals, it was Counter Logic Gaming versus Unrestricted. And so it seems as though CLG won both of those, which is another 2-0. What do you guys think about these constant 2-0 upsets? Have you seen many of the games that have been like, 1-2 or 2-1 rather?
Not really.
Do most League of Legends games seem to go 2-0? It's like they find the rhythm that works and they manage to take it?
Basically, yes. Now, Counter Logic Gaming, I've actually seen a few streams of their people. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like they know what they're doing in team fights. It's pretty ridiculous.
Well, I'd hope so. I mean, they're considered pros. So.
They're considered the best, so they would really want to be that way.
But no, I missed most of the ESL finals.
Well, then we will have to
Semifinals.
we'll have to watch more of these and get better opinions for the next time. Does anybody know of any tournaments coming up? I've heard some rumors somewhere that wellplayed.org is doing a tournament like soon. Don't know when, but or I don't even know if it's true, but we'll find out. And that should be really interesting since they're one of the really big StarCraft 2 tournament holders, and I guess they're trying to break into the League of Legends scene, which is going to be great.
Well, that is great, especially with Team Liquid trying to do it too.
Yeah, Team Liquid just put up League of Legends forums under miscellaneous games, so I don't know if they're really like emphasizing it. They've been StarCraft and they always will be StarCraft, and I don't think they're really going to change for much. I don't know if they'll even sponsor a team or a League of Legends team. It'd be very interesting if they did, because I'm kind of hoping to see like a EG, not what's the League of Legends EG?
Epic Gaming.
Epic Gaming, that's it. I was going to say not Evil, because StarCraft 2 has a Evil Geniuses. So that'd actually be kind of interesting if suddenly Evil Geniuses picked up an LOL team and then we have two EGs. Somebody would have to change their name.
Yeah.
They might just call it EG LOL. I don't know. So that'll be interesting. Other than that, the only other tournament I know of going on right now is the First to Blood tournament from Solomid. That's they're holding. First prize $400.
If you know.
Do what?
$400. Entry fee what?
Entry? I don't know if there is one. Let's see. Rules.
Looks like
I totally didn't do any research on that one. I fail at that one. Sorry.
it's sponsored by.
It's sponsored by Riot, TT Esports, Kingston HyperX, Bigfoot Networks. So I mean, they've got some good, big names behind it. I don't know what sponsoring means. I don't mean to know if it means they're just kind of throwing their names behind it, or if they're actually putting money towards it. Because I mean, with a $400 first prize, it doesn't seem like they're throwing tons of money.
Actually, no. That's just what they have. It's $400.
Oh, I see.
It's a $400 first prize for first place, plus a 12 gigabyte
you get
HyperX memory.
one thing from each company. I see now.
TT
I can read.
Esports is a Shock headset. That's actually TT Esports is what Desro, one of the top Protoss players. He actually works for them. So does a Spanish for this all for StarCraft.
Oh yeah,
Are they? I think they're. TT Esports is going into the League of Legends. I'm very excited about that.
That's good, because if there's one thing that I think Riot has kind of done a little bit wrong is they've kind of put the cart before the horse with the whole esports thing. They've tried to force it on the esports community, which they've been very successful in it, with getting their game over like Han or some of the other Dotas or MOBA style games, but as they've found out in the past few months, that it's really kind of coming back to bite them in the ass with these server problems and all these bugs, and they kind of, I think they need to polish up their game just a little bit more before they really, especially the fact that there's no observer mode. There's no way for anybody else besides Riot to, hold a tournament. I mean, you can, but you can only cast half of the show, or